I think we're going to see some more of Juan Garcia in the years to come, though.
He's only
Boy,
a sophomore.
I was impressed.
Absolutely. Now we move up to 112. Another Section 1. We've seen a lot of Section 1, right? James Canty out of Section 1. 112-pounder, senior. 31-2 is his record, 27 pins. And there is Tom Sinecor out of Bethpage, Section 8. He's 37-0 with 12 pins. So you've got Sinecor from 8, Canty again from Section 1, and Section 1 really tough in these low weights, John.
Well, I'll tell you, they brought the lightweights here and they came to wrestle. And I've never seen such technicians. I mean, these kids, they're not throwing one or two moves. They're throwing 10, 12 moves in each match. I mean, that's just from a on-the-feet position. That's super.
All right, we'll see if it continues. Sinecor from 8 in the green. The light blue, familiar to you now if you've been watching this broadcast. James Canty out of Suffern High School. Sinecor from Bethpage, and Sinecor in a little bit of trouble. No points yet as Canty attempting to get the takedown.
No control as of yet.
There it is.
That should be 2 points.
So Sinecor taken down by Canty, and Canty having a little trouble controlling Sinecor, but it's still 2-0 in favor of James Canty, Suffern High School. There's the one. Now it's 2-1.
And I think it may be 2 points.
Yep, now it's 3. So
slick little move in there.
Sinecor back from a 2-0 deficit, picks up 3 on an escape and a takedown. Didn't have to move too far to get him.
No, not at all.
Out of bounds.
Played that out of bounds perfect too. He could have went out of bounds and got no points, just a 1.
Sinecor and Empire State Games participant. We've seen a lot of people in these state championships and throughout the state tournament from Empire State Games.
I think we've seen that already, Dale. There's been a lot of what I'd call international moves with those headlocks and the hip tosses.
Oh, right there, Canty on top of Sinecor.
Canty looking tough. He's got to scoop that leg. He did just that.
Get the hand control
right
away.
now he's got some crazy cradle here.
Yep, working hard on it. Sinecor on the bottom, Canty on the top. That's James Canty.
A long arm.
Looked like he had
Sinecor holding
reverse cradle attempt.
He's still got it. I think if he rolls through toward Sinecor's head, he could get this cradle. No, he let go.
Sinecor really got a wide base, gets that leg way out to counter that, and we're going to get 1 point.
The way they've been rolling around, Dale, I forgot who was on top there for a second to get 1 point.
3-3. Yeah, as we said, they don't have to move too much to get these escapes. They've been really locked together very, very tightly, and there's 12 seconds left in the first period, and we're right back where we started from, actually. It's a tie score. So no advantage to either wrestler in the score department, but lots of action. Oh, Sinecor in deep. Counter by Canty, and he gets no points.
And he ran out of time. Correct.
Absolutely. As you say, the adrenaline must be pumping in these guys. And to become a state champion, there's a lot of strategy involved, and Sinecor just employed some. He let him up, gave up 1 point to Canty, 4-3. James Canty. Apparently, Sinecor feels more comfortable on his feet, John.
That's right, Dale. He must score a lot of takedowns during the season. Let's see, he had 37 matches, only 12 pins. So, yeah, on top, he probably doesn't do as well as he does on his feet.
Or at least feels more confident in this match. Nice move by Sinecor, but nothing there. Canty counters.
But then the move may come back to haunt him. He hasn't wrestled the likes of James Canty before this season.
Sinecor up now. Nice move. Right into a wall. And give Canty credit. He got out with no back points.
I'll tell you, I thought he had 2, possibly 3 on that.
Boy, James Canty just did a great job of getting away from Sinecor, and Sinecor did a great job of putting him down. 5-4 is the match score, and that's Sinecor on top by 1. 50 seconds left, second period. 1 point lead. Sinecor in the green from Section 8, Bethpage High School. Get a good look at Canty there.
Canty throwing that switch.
Ooh, nice
He's
move there.
He's got to watch himself so he doesn't get snapped down from behind.
Yeah, there's the hook as we're down to 20 seconds now.
Now, if he would just get that hand control and stand up, he'd be all set. But
easy to say as Synacor, what are we going to call? A stall here. Warning?
Should be a warning for
on
Synacor.
That could be something. He's up by 1, but it has a warning for stalling as this second period winds down.
I think the officials, Dale, feel that he's not aggressively working toward the pin, so they want him to get a little bit more.
Which is what makes high school wrestling so much fun, I think, as opposed to some of the stuff we see in college. They don't seem to go for the pin as much and aren't really required to do that. Right now, it's last period, Synacor on the bottom with James Canty on top. Canty from Suffern has got to get a point. Eventually, he's got a lot of time, though. He should be patient. He gives up 1.
Oh, boy, he had the arm bar working, but he didn't keep his weight on top of Synacor. Synacor felt it, scooted out for 1 point. That puts him up 6-4.
And also, Synacor had let him up before, so he feels confident on his feet. He gets 2 right there rather quickly, making it 8-4. And now he can let him up again.
Nice little barrel roll. I don't think he had a choice on that. I think James Canty is in the bout, and he wants to make sure it's a close final, if not pull out a victory here.
8-5, but Synacor moving. He has been warned for stalling, so ooh, nice. Real pressure on Synacor's head by
he's
Canty.
keeping his head down. Beautiful. Long arms again. Synacor holding on to the leg.
Well, if Canty can get a reversal here, it would put him right back in this.
That would put him down by 1. We got a minute left in the third period. Just about a minute.
They're out of bounds.
I'm surprised they didn't call a stalemate just a little bit earlier on that.
I said reversal. I should have said takedown. They were on their feet. 8-5. Synacor shoots, gets the left leg of Canty.
Canty has the whizzer in.
45 seconds away.
Canty's keeping great pressure on Synacor's head, but to no avail. He's got to work some takedowns here. He needs some points to catch up.
To take down and some back points, but it's winding down. 30 seconds left in this match.
He's going to try to scoot around behind for 2. I think he does have
There's
it.
2. 8-7.
He's got to work for a tilt.
Oh, does he? Oh! Synacor rolls through. No back points. He's really trying. Canty's really trying to get him on his back.
Canty's got
He's been
12
warned for
seconds.
stalling. 10 seconds. He's going to try to split. Canty working hard.
That is the 1 point.
Yes.
That's what he needed to take this match
That's
into
it.
overtime.
It's overtime. It's OT.
Oh, what a beautiful comeback.
Well, I said that stalling call might hurt him, and it did with about how many seconds, John?
There was
4?
less than 10. Absolutely.
Well, great job by Jim Canty as he fought back, and then they called a stall point, 1 point on Synacor, and that put him right in an 8-8 tie, and that is really an interesting match. And they're going to give them now 30 seconds as they've been out sitting. They get about a minute to get some refreshment and come back.
All right, they're going to start in neutral position, Dale, for the overtime. It's going to be 3 one-minute periods. And new this year, all the points, all the stalling calls, all the injury time used up in regulation will carry over into the overtime.
Synacor better be aware of that because he's now lost a point for stalling.
That's right, and that comes into play. We're going to take a look at this with Canty on top, working for the 2.
You see there, just Synacor not doing anything on the bottom, just trying to waste time, and he had been warned, and that cost him a point. And it's going to be a grudge here.
It's too close to call.
Synacor looks a little less determined than Canty, but he's got to feel that the momentum went to Canty, John, at the end of that period.
Oh, definitely. It's in his court, but in overtime, as we've seen throughout the whole state championship, nothing's for sure.
And there's a Synacor takedown, that's for sure. So that's going to make it 10-8.
Yeah, maybe Synacor didn't look as determined, but maybe that was a little bit of a ploy, trying to make Canty think he was a little bit tired.
So we've had a great match. Our first overtime, 112 pounds, let's remind you. James Canty out of Suffern High School, Suffern, New York, against Tom Synacor, Section 8, Bethpage High School, Bethpage, Long Island. And that is Synacor right there that they are giving some water to and putting the cotton in the nose. And as John Janiak said, everything carries over, and it's now 10-8. Keep in mind, Synacor from Section 8 in the green has given up a point for stalling in regulation. In fact, with about 4 seconds left, and using the same strategy, he gives up a point right away to Canty, but Canty really got right after him.
He did what he was supposed to, Dale. He shot in right away. 1 point, tried to make it 2. Unfortunately, he got tied up a little bit with his head between Synacor's legs.
10-9 right now. Synacor on top by only 1 as he let up.
And he's going to have to get his legs out, or his head out between Synacor's head to improve his position, which he just did. He's got to watch for the out of bounds.
Oh, nice move by Synacor to grab the leg, and they roll out of bounds. 8 seconds left in this period.
I had the feeling that was going to happen.
8 seconds left in this period. And now Synacor shoots. 10-9, 2 seconds, 1 second. That's it for the first overtime period.
Dale, I might add that the criteria for overtime, when a wrestler's opponent has been penalized for unsportsmanlike conduct, then the other wrestler is declared the winner. Then comes the most near falls criteria.
That's if they're tied at the end of all the overtime.
This is correct. And that's what I'm looking at is a 10-9 score, and I got a feeling that it may come down to that. That's why I'm explaining. And then most takedowns and most reversals. We have 1 takedown and 1 escape so far.
Right now, Canty on top, but down by 1 in the point department. 50 seconds left in the second overtime period. If it goes to hole, this will be 9 minutes of wrestling. And they're going to, they find lots of times that the nose starts to bleed. You get a little extra time to suck up some air.
Oh, automatic in overtime. Somebody has that.
Especially in the NFL, they'd have the oxygen mask on.
That's right. We may even have instant replay for the officials for that.
Right now, they're going to mop the mat up with a little bit from the sweat. James Canty and Tom Synacor. That's Canty right there. The officials, incidentally, Mark Jones and Joe Rizzo in this 112-pound match. Jones is the referee. The assistant is Joe Rizzo. And they're going to take all the time. 46 seconds left in the second of 3 overtime periods. Lots of discussion. You can tell. Look at that. The coach really letting Canty know what he wants done.
That's great. The coach is trying to get through the wrestler. The wrestler listens, walks out on the mat and forgets everything the coach just said to him because he's
or does what he wants to.
Exactly. He goes back to square one. But the coach feels better and the wrestler goes about his business.
Canty on top has got 40 seconds to do something. Don't forget, the man on the bottom who's taking it easy there has already given up a stalling point, and he has to be very, very careful. But he's getting thrown around quite a bit by Canty.
James Canty's finally got that arm bar in where he wants it. He has his weight on.
Oh, we're going to another stall.
We're going to have the stalling for James Canty on top.
Yep. He had an arm bar, and you know what? It was funny because Synacor just looked up at the official and said, I can't do anything. He's not doing anything. So now we have a warning for Canty. This is quite interesting.
I thought that was a great act by Synacor. he definitely.
I'm really trying to get up here, but this guy's not doing anything. He's just lying at me.
And the periods are only 1 minute long. James Canty's aware that he has to get some points here, at least one. Work on it. Here comes the instructions again by coach.
It looks like he's probably spent some time on a wrestling match. Traded his singlet in for a tie, though, just like you, Jim.
That's what happens. Old wrestlers never go away. They just come back with ties.
Well, James Canty seems invigorated, or reinvigorated, perhaps, after that discussion, as he waits for Synacor, who is being operated on, apparently.
We're going to nickname Synacor the Bethpage Bleeder.
Yeah. Canty just working himself up. You know, sometimes I think that's bad when the other guy's sitting down, and sometimes you're just working yourself up and you lose a little bit of that cool that I think you need.
Right. He's overdoing a little bit. He's got to settle down, get back into his game plan.
Not to mention the fact he's tiring himself out. 21 seconds left in this second overtime period. They got one more to go. And let's see what Canty comes up with. And let's see what Synacor does in the bottom. I was going to say we might see a little bit more of a...
No hand control, but he's close to being out anyways. The old out-of-bound line.
14 seconds. Second overtime period.
Well, Synacor definitely isn't sitting on the bottom waiting for the match to
no,
end.
No, he's not doing that.
Here comes the armbar by James Canty.
He just can't hold it there. He's got to do something.
No, he's got to step out to the side. That's the problem. He's right still up in the middle of it. There we go.
Trying to step
That's what he should have done earlier in the period.
That's right. He's supposed to say that's what they want you to do. Synacor knew exactly what was going to happen, however, he knew exactly how much time was on the clock. 10-9. There it is. Now it's up to 10 apiece.
Comes that barrel dump.
Now he lost it. Synacor lost it. Crossface by...
He does have both legs up in the air. He's got to watch the out-of-bounds line.
Nice move by
super.
Canty. Nice move by Canty. This is a great match. 47 seconds.
I got a feeling we're going to have another barrel roll attempt.
10-10.
Single leg.
Oh, 36 seconds. Canty looks at the clock. He's got to get some control. Synacor knows it too. He's got a leg.
Canty's reached around trying to grab the
Stalemate.
knee, Synacor's leg to bring him up. He's going to try to bend him up in some type of almost a cradle without locking his hands, using his legs in his hands.
Well, he's got 15 seconds now, 15 right now. It's still tied, 10-10. Oh, I
got a stalemate.
Thought it might be a stalemate. Now
With
they
8
got
seconds
8 seconds
left.
And they're on their feet, and so are the fans. So are the coaches. 6 seconds. Nobody knows. I mean, you don't know whether you're going to win, I can't imagine.
I don't think the wrestlers really understand what happened.
No, 10-10, the end of 3 overtime periods. Now they're going to have to figure out what happens. You definitely don't want to get an unsportsmanlike called on you.
As far as I can tell, Dale, the first takedown, which will go to Synacor in the first period, should
do it.
Should determine the outcome of this match. And a great match it was. Can't get any closer than 10-10 criteria. Or maybe 1-1 criteria. What a super bout.
Yes. Well, somebody's got to win and somebody's got to lose, and that man just won the 112-pound championship, but only by the slightest